Your job as forensic scientists is to figure out which one of these samples matches what you're looking at in the microscope.
A few drops in here, and then you're going to cap it. When you cap it, you're going to tip it back and forth upside down and right side up about 5 or 6 times. At my station, students are examining DNA evidence as a way to match victim to perpetrator or crime. They are learning a little bit about a famous case called the Boston Strangler from the 1960s, and that one of the victims was matched to the perpetrator 50 years after the fact using DNA evidence. And then the second part of what we're doing is the students are extracting their own DNA from their cheek cells to get a sample and see how easy it is to extract DNA and separate it from our cells. A lot of students are interested in the concept of going into law enforcement or some sort of law or judicial area. Using lots of evidence to solve crimes is a big part of that, we all know, and so they're getting a little taste of what that's like to do the job.
So we're having our forensic town hall for the Community and Global Studies Academy because we wanted to link in like how science is connected to law enforcement. And so we've done town halls with the DA's office and focused on ethnic studies. So this is for our kids that are interested in the various aspects of law and criminal justice to show them that there are like scientific components that go along with it. We have an autopsy station, we have a DNA station, we have some on documentation, teeth indentation. We have some kids looking at soil samples under microscopes so that they can see what it is to be like, to use hands-on experiments to see how people solve crimes. Big appreciation to the Holyoke Police Department for coming out and supporting us.
This isn't the suspect's footprint is because this is a different boot. If you look at the bottom of the shoe, the print of the picture and the boot do not match.
Today at this station, we're learning about weapons, the ballistic evidence that it would leave, both the shell and the slug. And we're also looking at different and varied kinds of blood splatter. I want you to match the pictures with the description of the blood spatter. Not all blood spatter is the same, okay? You guys come upon blood on the floor and say, oh, there's blood. We come across blood on the floor and we say what was happening when that blood was put there. And by looking at different types of blood spatter, we can identify the action that was putting it there.
Well, today's event, it was more of a crime scene and, crime analysis, how to extract DNA, fingerprints, soil, and how to extract footprints and stuff like that. I think it was really fun because this is what interests me. I've always wanted to be a CSI as a kid, and I still want to be a CSI, so this is kind of my passion.
I actually super like this event. I think it's a cool way to engage students in real-life applications for community and global studies and incorporating many aspects using like science and all that kind of stuff. Usually in a school environment, you're always like, oh my god, when am I going to need this, right? Well, I mean, depending on what you want to do in life, this could be super useful. It's a way to interact and physically show students that there's so many applications and so many routes and paths that you can go with the community and global studies field, so I think it's important that we have events like this.
Tell me why you think it's deep.
I don't know, just because of the blue paint, right?
Okay.
And then there's little metal, and then you look at the back of the metal, you look at the back of the paint, it's the same thing as this.